Welcome to another episode of the Jampack Report today for December the 3rd of 2020. Of course, this is a daily gaming news podcast where you can catch all of the hottest news you need to know 5 days a week on YouTube and podcast services around the world. So if you enjoy the show and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and keep yourself up to date and in the know. But a few weeks ago, we saw the launch of the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series S into the markets around the world, and ultimately, conversation on social media and within gaming groups has been which console is better than the other, and in general, where's the best place to play? PlayStation is better than Xbox. Xbox is better than PlayStation. What the hell is Nintendo doing? Is PC still king? Graphically, yes. But ultimately, there are so many conversations being had, people are forgetting to ask the real question. Which company is the most focused? Yeah, that's the real question, right? Anyways, that's what Satya Nadella, Microsoft's CEO, was talking about during the firm's annual shareholder meeting. Satya Nadella was asked what efforts Microsoft is making to, quote, win the console war with PS5 and to provide an overview of its gaming strategy. First thing, we are very excited about the new console launches in the market, he said of Xbox Series X and S, which debuted in November and broke Microsoft's 24-hour launch record of over 1 million sales, according to the company. We always have sort of focused on ensuring that our gamer community that counts on us to produce the best consoles has a new generation of consoles, which are powerful and really great for gameplay. And we are supporting it with the best content with the best community. But the broader vision we have is to ensure that the 3 billion gamers out there are able to play their games anywhere they want with all the content they want and with whom they want to, Nadella continued. And that's really what we are building our strategy around. You have seen us double our content portfolio with ZeniMax's acquisition. You see us make advances in our community efforts and our subscription offers with Game Pass. And that's what you can expect from us. We are absolutely very much focused on gaming and ensuring that all the 3 billion gamers around the world get the best content, best community, and the best cloud services to power their gaming experiences going forward, Nadella said. Of course, in September, Microsoft revealed its intention to acquire ZeniMax Media and its game publisher Bethesda Softworks in a $7.5 billion deal, which is expected to close in the first half of calendar 2021. Following that announcement, Nadella said Microsoft will consider buying more game companies in the future, and demand is still high for the Xbox Series X and S, with shortages expected to continue into spring 2020. I think the focus of Microsoft is very clear because of the strides they have made since the Xbox One generation. I mean, you have to think back to 2013 whenever that console hit the market. The strategy was very broad, and it was almost more akin to what you would get from a Roku stick or a Chromecast than it would be an actual gaming console. The Xbox One was designed to be the one-stop hub for everything you needed in your living room. So you could watch Netflix, you could stream movies, you could rent movies, you could play games. It was more of a glorified DVR with gaming capability, and gaming wasn't at the focus. However, now moving into the Xbox Series X and S generation, yes, you can do all of those things, watch Netflix, all of that good stuff, while they have removed the HDMI in to where you could route a cable box into the back of an Xbox. You do have a console that is completely and totally focused on gaming, and it does it incredibly well. I'm loving my Xbox Series X, and in my opinion, it's one of the best consoles I've owned personally so far in terms of aesthetic, in terms of experience, and in terms of quality of the games that I'm playing. But ultimately, the focus can be seen from the end product that is being put out. These new additions to Game Pass for December are phenomenal. The addition of EA Play to Game Pass to give those subscribers even more value. The incredible investment that you're seeing in this catalog of gaming companies creating Xbox titles. You see the focus, and it will pay off because Microsoft is already reaping these rewards through having the most successful launch in their company history of a new gaming console, and that is something to very much so admire, especially during a time whenever the Xbox brand itself was called into question. They were thinking about just not continuing with Xbox. And after the Xbox One generation, understandably so, but towards the end, Phil Spencer and the team behind the scenes began to recover and create new value out of Game Pass and out of hardware that is designed and catering to gamers around the world. But on the Sony side of things, Silent Hill and Gravity Rush creators have left Sony following claims of Japan studio cuts. Keiichiro Toyama, director of Silent Hill and the Gravity Rush series, has announced his departure from Sony's Japan studio to form new company Boki. Toyama has formed the new company along with Junya Okura, lead designer on the Gravity Rush series, and Kazunobu Sato, lead designer of 2013's Puppeteer, who has left Sony following nearly 2 decades of service. The director has claimed that many people we've worked with in the past are also planning to join the startup. Boki's first title will be an action-adventure game of similar scale to its past work, it said. A new video published on Thursday offers glimpses at concept art, suggesting that the new game will include horror elements. Quote, "I want to enjoy creating from now on," Toyama said. "Many people we've worked with in the past are joining us too. I'm convinced that we'll be able to deliver something everyone will enjoy. First, I want to fulfill our fans' expectations, but at the same time, I want to go back and enjoy how fun it is to make games. I want to share that feeling to the players. This is what I'll aim for from now on." Asked by Famitsu about his previous franchises, Siren and Gravity Rush, the director said he intended to build a good relationship with Sony and could work on them again in the future should the two companies' interests align. The veteran creator's departures from Sony allows a November Bloomberg report which claimed that its home territory of Japan had been increasingly sidelined as the corporation placed more importance on the US market. PlayStation's Japan studio, which co-developed games such as Bloodborne, Astro's Playroom, and The Last Guardian, has seen the rolling contracts of many of its creators not renewed, former employees reportedly told Bloomberg, and developer support teams have also allegedly been reduced by as much as a third from their peak. Responding to the Bloomberg report, Sony spokeswoman Natsumi Adarashi said, quote, "Our home market remains of utmost importance," and claimed that any suggestion Sony was shifting, there we go, there's a lot of S's there, its focus away from Japan was incorrect and does not reflect the company's strategy. You sure about that though? Clearly, you see PlayStation shifting towards a more centralized presence in the US because that's where they are the most popular. The US and Europe, Sony is dominating, and in their home market they're still doing well, but ultimately not really as well as they are in other regions. And money talks. That's where you go to generate more revenue. You invest in the markets that are investing in you. And so it makes sense to parse back where appropriate. I don't think they'll ever leave the region, but you see these cutbacks and you see creators that are forced to find new opportunities. And for those that are driven, for those that have innovation, for those that have experience, they can come together and create these studios that are doing something special. And I think that's what you are going to see here because some of these games are amazing. Gravity Rush is one of my favorite PlayStation franchises. Very cool experiences there. And on top of that, of course, a big name like Silent Hill certainly gets the eyeballs rolling. That's not eyebrows raised. Eyeballs rolling is drama. Eyebrows raised is surprise. Haha, there you go. But ultimately excited to see what this little team comes up with. But I will be following along and we'll let you know when the newest game from this team comes out. But if you're looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, another little indie coming out in the next couple of weeks, you could be getting it early if you got the collector's edition from Best Buy. Cyberpunk 2077's street date has been broken, with US retailer Best Buy having shipped multiple copies of the game's collector's edition ahead of December the 10th. Just below, you can see a streamer holding a physical version of Cyberpunk 2077 Collector's Edition from Best Buy, as first reported by VGC. Elsewhere on the Cyberpunk 2077 subreddit, a user also claims to have received their order of the Collector's Edition from Best Buy, in wrapping that clearly states, "Do not sell before December the 10th." These are just 2 instances of Cyberpunk 2077 having shipped early from Best Buy, but there could be many more out there. This actually is not the first time that Cyberpunk 2077 has appeared in the wild ahead of release date. Late last month in November, a number of consumers reported having their versions of CD Projekt's game, and one person was even able to stream 20 minutes of the game before their stream was removed by Twitch. The stream showed the game running on a PS4 without any day one patches or updates installed. And just last night, CD Projekt put out a statement below through the official Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account, addressing copies of the game shipping ahead of launch. The statement warns users who receive the game early not to stream or create Let's Plays before December the 9th, or else the max tack will be sent after them, the people who apparently take down and remove content. Cyberpunk 2077 is now just 1 week away from finally launching officially on December the 10th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One after a litany of delays throughout the year. It will also be available on day one through the backward compatibility features of the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and the Xbox Series S. Of course, next-gen updates are coming in 2021. So, number one, first and foremost, be careful out there. Spoilers are going to be all over the internet, especially on forums like Reddit, 4chan, whatever you might frequent. Be careful out there if you happen to be on any of those platforms. On top of that, keep an eye out for gameplay hitting Twitter and any of these other platforms. If you don't, protect yourself, you will see something that will ruin the experience, or at least a part of the experience for you. And on top of that, if you happen to get the collector's edition early from Best Buy, don't ruin this for other people. I totally understand if you do want to pop it in and see what's going on with it. I identify with that. But of course, keep in mind, this is pre-day one patch. Very important to remember that there are probably some bugs in that version of the game, and it will improve on December the 10th when the game, officially comes out. But certainly unfortunate, and Best Buy is going to be facing a day of reckoning, as Papa John said back in the spring. However, Warzone is adding a new location called Rebirth Island according to a new data mine. New multiplayer maps are also potentially uncovered ahead of Black Ops Cold War Season 1, which is launching on December the 10th. The publisher released a Black Ops Cold War Season 1 roadmap last month, teasing a classified Warzone experience among other features. An accompanying image in the leak appears to show off an island of the Aral Sea, which is believed to be Vozrohedenia Island. I believe I said that correctly, aka Rebirth Island. The real-life location, which was once home to a Soviet biological weapons test site, was featured in the original Call of Duty Black Ops in the mission Rebirth. Ahead of any official announcement from publisher Activision, data miners have uncovered an aerial image of Rebirth Island emblazoned with the Call of Duty Warzone logo. It is speculated that Rebirth Island could be a reworked version of Alcatraz, the Battle Royale map featured in Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Blackout mode. A new multiplayer map pictured in the official Black Ops Cold War roadmap shows a food court and a shopping center. This map will be called Mall according to Black Ops data miners. And an updated version of Black Ops 2's raid map could also be coming to Black Ops Cold War Season 1. Treyarch recently released a Black Ops Cold War update, which increased weapon XP rates and, of course, enabling players to level up guns and unlock attachments faster than was previously the case, along with a couple of other bells and whistles along the way. So if you're into the Battle Royale mode, then by all means, this is pretty exciting. Personally, I don't really play that much Warzone. I like the tight, classic Call of Duty experience a bit more, but for those with squad, this looks to be the new map that is coming your way. Of course, just about 1 week away from today. In fact, exactly 1 week away from today. So if you're looking forward to that, then there's a little hint at what you can expect. I think out of everything, though, I'm very excited about Mall. This is one that there's something about this that really just kind of connects with me. I've always wanted a good Mall Call of Duty map, and I know that we've had some occasionally, but man, that just looks so good to me. On top of that, of course, Raid is phenomenal in Black Ops 2, and it's one that many people look back on with a huge sense of nostalgia. So kids that played Black Ops back in the day are going to look to that and say, man, here it is, we're back in action. And I love it when they bring back old maps. And I know that it's essentially recycling content. I understand that it's basically the same map, the same game that you bought years ago brought forward. But there's something magical about diving back in on a remade map. I just love that kind of thing. But speaking of reused content, Kratos is coming to Fortnite. The iconic protagonist from the God of War series, Kratos, should soon be joining the rest of the cast in Fortnite. Fortnite Season 5 is kicking into full gear today, and that means developer Epic Games is beginning to announce some of the new character skins that will start to roll out in the near future. While the protagonist from The Mandalorian is likely the most notable addition so far, it looks as though one of the main faces tied to PlayStation will soon be joining the fray as well. Yes, Kratos, the iconic character from the God of War series, looks like he's coming to Fortnite. PlayStation teased the announcement today on their official Twitter channel in a new audio log that describes a character that has killed gods being one of the notable new additions in Season 5. While this was obviously supposed to be a brief tease, it seems PlayStation may have also spilled the beans a bit too soon. Some PS4 and PS5 users have already started to notice an ad on the console's dashboard promoting Kratos' forthcoming arrival in Fortnite, so yeah, this is basically 100% confirmed at this point in time. Even though Kratos will be coming to the game, you'd have to imagine he'll be a skin that is exclusive to PlayStation iterations of Fortnite. The possibility of seeing Kratos appear on Xbox, Switch, or any other version of the title seems unlikely, but then again, who the heck knows? Fortnite has already broken so many cultural norms that the chance of him being available as a skin for all platforms is not even that wild. A release date for Kratos in Fortnite still has not been announced, but we'll likely hear more very soon, and of course, who cannot wait to see him dab? That would be me. But if you are still playing Fortnite, by all means, you can dive in and check out Kratos when he launches in probably a number of days, perhaps even today, who really knows. But I want to see more crossovers like this. Of course, I saw a lot of people online discussing what Nintendo and Microsoft could do. Personally, I would love to see Samus and Chief come into play from Nintendo and Xbox respectively. That sounds very cool. But of course, Kratos is one of my favorite characters of all time, one of the best PlayStation faces really, and one that I cannot wait to see in the gameplay. And I tweeted this out earlier, I'll say it here. I might go back, I might re-download it, and I might try out Fortnite once more. Not necessarily for Kratos, I wouldn't even have access since I don't have a PlayStation anymore, but just to be able to dive in. It seems like a lot of changes have come to the game that might warrant, re-downloading a free game. What do you have to lose, really, at the end of the day? But now, while Kratos is coming to Fortnite, Doomguy is coming to Fall Guys. What? Yeah, that's right. It's, of course, as a costume, not to blow them away. This one seems so obvious, it's a wonder it didn't happen sooner. A Doomguy costume is coming to Fall Guys. This character also goes by the names Doomguy, the Doom Marine, or the Doom Slayer, but who is the man behind the mask? Following hot on the heels of a thrilling news that a bell called Ringus Dingus is incoming, the Fall Guys account tweeted out the following teaser image. Yes, it's pretty obvious, but in case you need more convincing, there was the obligatory bit of modern marketing synchronicity, whereby Bethesda's Pete Hines added the thinking face emoji to the above. Thinking face indeed. So it looks like Doomguy is going to be coming to Fall Guys, but there is no definitive release date as of right now, but as you can see, it absolutely is going to be a little chunky Doom Bean coming your way. Now, the Game Awards are coming next week, which of course are giving out plenty of accolades to games and companies across the industry, but the Game Awards Festival will provide playable demos next week. You can get hands-on with some upcoming releases. Taking to Twitter, show organizer Jeff Keighley said the Game Festival was returning, providing playable first-look demos or upcoming games. This originally debuted at last year's show, with 12 demos made available on Steam for a 24-hour period, a 48-hour period. This time around, it looks like players on a variety of platforms, PC, console, mobile, and mixed reality, will be able to take part in this event. This is on top of the Game Awards sale, which will be running across PC and console. Uncharted actor Tom Holland is going to be making an appearance at this year's Game Awards, as will Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder. Hell yeah. There's also going to be the same mix of trailers, first looks, and reveals that the award show has become known for. Oh, and some awards too. Of course, if you want to tune in, it's going to be taking place on December the 10th. So, I'm looking forward to diving into some demos. During this summer's Summer Game Fest, I did get to go hands-on with some pretty big games. Ghost Runner was one that really did blow me away. On top of that, plenty of other big titles on Steam specifically, but it's going to be nice to see a couple of games on sale, number one, and also to get a glimpse, and it's all very special during a year where there is no E3. That really is changing the dynamic a good bit. So these little events here online certainly get me excited in lieu of having that big unifying event towards the middle of the year. But to round out today's show, I've got some freebies for you if you are looking for some new PC games to play, or some new bells and whistles in some games you might already have. Because Battlefield 3, one of my favorite first-person shooters, is free for Amazon Prime members, and you can get 37 other PC games for free, and of course you can get a lot of in-game content as well. This December, Amazon Prime subscribers can download EA's Battlefield 3 at no additional cost, joining a library of 38 free PC games. Players can redeem free, exclusive content for Ubisoft's Watch Dogs Legion, as well as its upcoming new release, Immortals Fenyx Rising. Battlefield 3 has been added to Prime's library of free games, though the freebie is only redeemable on Origin. Redeem the free download by December the 31st. Keep the game in your library forever. Other new free games include Historical Sim Turmoil, strategy game title Sigma Theory Global Cold War, and minimalist action arcade game Hyperdot. Ubisoft players are in for a treat this December. Watch Dogs Legion players with Prime will be able to redeem the Nerdcore and Futurist outfits for free, while those looking to get their hands on the Breath of the Wild-esque Immortals Fenyx Rising will also get access to the Frozen Pack, which includes a themed helmet, outfit, wings, and horse. Prime is also dropping the Thatcher Gladiator full operator set for players in Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and these rewards are listed as coming soon and have not dropped on Amazon Prime's loot page yet, but you can already get your hands on other freebies such as $1 million in GTA Online, a gear pack for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, an exclusive skin for Apex Legends, and much more. And of course you can find a full breakdown here, but Battlefield 3, oh yeah, that's a great little title right there. And of course, if you are playing on PC, this is one of the few opportunities to get in whenever servers are probably going to be packed with people that are diving back in for that nostalgia. And I think that's very important. I think it's very nice to be able to go back and play a game that many of us kind of grew up on. In a way, Battlefield 3 was my first big first-person shooter outside of the Call of Duty space, so it's nice to see it getting some love on the Twitch Prime. But with that being said, that rounds out today's episode of the Jampack Report. If you enjoyed today's show, drop me a like down below and let me know what stories caught your eye, but specifically, what do you think about Microsoft's strategy? Do you like where they're going? Do you wish they would go in a different direction? Let me know down below. And of course, share your thoughts on everything else we talked about today. But until tomorrow, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.